Crazy comment. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another installment of our virtual 1 million cups. My name is Caleb Talley. I'm the Director of Marketing Events for Startup Junkie, organizer for 1 million cups Bentonville. And for those of you who have not joined in with us so far, this is our third virtual installment, our third virtual presentation of 1 million cups since the world changed, of course. For those of you who are not familiar with 1 million cups, it is a product of the Kauffman Foundation. The premise is that if the community has 1 million cups of coffee with that community's entrepreneurs and makers and innovators, that countless problems can be solved once we come together over a cup of coffee and communication and shared understanding. So that's what we're doing today. I hope everybody has their cup of coffee and is ready for today's presentation. Today we are lucky to have a presentation from Angela Grayson of Precipice IP. Had the pleasure of getting to know Angela over this past year. Anybody that knows her knows that she is awesome, and I cannot wait to hear what she's got to say today. Angela, I'm just going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Caleb, for inviting me. I am going to attempt to share my presentation.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. You guys give me the thumbs up when you can see the full screen. Can you see that? Caleb, can you guys?
You're good. You're good. Yep, you're good.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for inviting me. I reached out to Caleb to ask if I could present at the next 1 million cups. In view of the Black Lives Matter and all of the sort of awakening that's happening, I thought it would be interesting and maybe valuable for the community to hear from a founder of color. And I don't certainly want to just talk about Precipice, but I want to talk about an initiative that is underway at Precipice that really is all about inclusion and diversity and innovation. So today I really want to focus my talk on a program we call Founder to Founder. But before I get into that, I want to share a little bit about me. I've been in this community, I think it's probably going on 7 years now. I am a wife. That's my husband, Patrick. We got married in Indiana when we both lived there. And this will be our 13th year anniversary. Hopefully 13 is the lucky 13. I'm a lawyer and I am a technology lawyer. I'm a patent attorney. I work on trademarks and copyrights. And I help science and technology companies protect their products, brands, designs, and data. I have about 15 years of corporate in-house experience. I started out as a pharmaceutical patent attorney and then shifted to materials science. I was in-house at DuPont for a number of years. And then I moved here with my family to work in-house for Walmart to help them stand their patent operations team up. After a period of time, I sort of felt like I did what I came here to do with Walmart. And I realized I had an entrepreneurial bug that I just needed to scratch. And so I left Walmart to start Precipice IP. I am a daughter. I was raised by my grandparents in Mississippi, and I called my grandparents mom and dad. My grandmother passed away my first year of law school, and anyone who has lost a mother in particular really never sort of forgets about her. So I think about her every day. But I'm my dad's daughter now, and he is a diehard Cowboys fan. We sent him a face mask with the Cowboys logo this past Father's Day, and anything Cowboys, he's over the moon. I'm also a friend. I have an amazing network of friends, not just in Northwest Arkansas, but because I've moved around the United States so much, with these in-house jobs, I have friends all over the country. And when I look at my LinkedIn and I look at my Facebook, I have friends who are Black, white, Asian, just really all across the board. And I am probably most proud about my network of diverse and inclusive friends that I've accumulated over the years. My friendships really mean a lot to me. These are a couple of good friends of mine here in Northwest Arkansas. And the thing that I love about having transitioned from my in-house role to sort of starting my own business is I feel like I have more time for the things that are important. I have more time to hike with Laura and Martha. I have more time to go to book club with my good girlfriends. And so for me, when I think of who Angela is, I think of all of those things. But I'm also a minority business owner. I'm a Black-owned business. I am a woman-owned business. Some days I think of myself as a superhero. It just takes a lot of superpowers sometimes just to get out of bed and continue on day to day. But I really enjoy the work that I do with entrepreneurs because I enjoy taking all the knowledge that I've accumulated over these years working for large multinational companies and applying it to emerging companies, and hopefully helping them set themselves up for generational wealth because businesses are something that, for example, my good friend Barbara can help you sell. And so helping people establish in a really good foundational way strong businesses is really what I enjoy doing. We have a number of programs that are designed to educate business owners. There's Webinar Wednesday. I also do a lot of speaking, not just in Northwest Arkansas, but throughout the United States. And my background is computational quantum chemistry. I've got an undergraduate degree in chemistry and a graduate degree. And I absolutely enjoy applying all of the science and technology that I've accumulated and the law to quote unquote my startups. But today I really want to focus on a program called Founder to Founder. And this is a program that is really near and dear to my heart. Founder to Founder is really about showing people, I believe in this very much, that if you can see it, you can be it. And in working with the entrepreneurs that I've worked with, I just felt like people really needed to see the possibilities. This program really focuses on a variety of founders. You'll see Jessica Hester there. She is going to be our featured founder for our program coming up at Fox Trail on the 21st of July. But our first speaker was Nashley at Cephas, and her story is that she was with a startup in Atlanta, Georgia. She has a PhD in electrical engineering or computer engineering from Georgia Tech, I believe. And she was with a startup. This was a minority-owned, Black-owned startup. And what's really interesting about that startup is that the CEO of that startup, she was not a technical founder. And she ended up collaborating with Nashley because what she wanted to do was create a tool that could use imaging to find items in inventory. And Nashley was brought on as the CTO of that company. And, throughout the organization really wasn't up for very long by most standards, but her company very quickly caught the attention of Amazon and was purchased by Amazon. So we had Nashley for our first event in January. She told her startup story, and you can see from the next photo at the bottom of the screen that it was very well received. We had a variety of people there, and everybody appreciated her story. I think that it was also really inspiring to see a Black woman who is a PhD who ended up getting her company bought by Amazon. I think that people from all backgrounds are truly inspired by that type of story. And these are the types of stories I want to share and tell with Founder to Founder. The series is really designed to, really showcase founders who have bought or sold in the process of scaling their business. So, working and standing up a business is not necessarily easy, but many people do that. You can do that. How big you grow your business is sort of up to you. But some of us are looking to sort of take that business to the next level. And if you are a Black or brown person, how do you do that? Really, anybody, how do you do that? But in particular, women and people of color may not necessarily see a lot of success in that area. So what we want to do is we want to showcase founders. But again, this is all about inclusion. Sean Womack is also featured in the bottom left photo. He had a company that was recently purchased by Field Agent. And I got to know Sean just through some work in the community. And I love his story, and I want to tell his story as well. Jessica has an amazing story as well, because her smaller company ended up buying a larger architectural firm. And if that's not ballsy, I just don't know what is. So she did something that most people probably would not have thought to do. And we're going to hear Jessica's story coming up next month. What does Founder to Founder include? So what you can't see on this graphic is the idea of friendship, fun, and focus. What we want to do is we want to tell important stories. We want to give you a how-to, but we also want to dine. We want to enjoy each other's company. We want to network. This first event, my understanding is that there were a number of great connections made. The event is really a dine around networking series. So what we get to do is we get to highlight great restaurants in this area. We also get to work with small businesses. That's Cedric. He did the video and the photo work for us. Nice NWA. Very happy with the way the project turned out. Ambrosia was our DJ. We've got a DJ at every event. So what we have is we have networking, we have great food, and we have fun. And at the sort of the last third of the evening is we sit down with the Q&A of the founder to hear their startup story, their founder story. So I think that this is a unique offering simply because we focus on telling amazing stories from possibly unexpected places. We focus on having a good time. The music for that event was completely off the chain. The food was amazing. We were at Local Lime. So it's really a win-win. And in terms of how we structure our sponsorship opportunities, I like to think of our sponsorship opportunities in two camps. We want to have an affinity sponsor. And this event coming up, our affinity sponsor is Women in Networking and also Venture Noir. And so both of these organizations focus on women and people of color. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that organizations that really have the target in their profile that would match our founder to be involved, because maybe these are the people who really need to hear what our founder has to say. And then we also want to partner with a presenting sponsor. And what we'd like to do is have one presenting sponsor. And we want to showcase that presenting sponsor and what they have to offer. And also it's nice because the presenting sponsor has an opportunity to partner with a Black or brown owned business. And I actually think that's very important. So the presenting sponsor sponsors on a monetary level, and the affinity sponsor gets the benefit. So at the end of the founder, at the end of the Million Cups, right, there's always this question of how can I help you? My big ask is share. If you see the event, or if you think that what we're doing has value, please share our content. Please share on social media. Please tell people about what we're trying to do here. Buy a ticket is the next thing I'd love for you to do. Attend the event. And if you are a company with the financial ability to do so, please consider sponsoring. On some level, because this program is really new, there are certain things we look for to determine whether or not the market is really interested in what we have to offer. Meaning, does the community value this type of programming? We feel like the community values the programming because we had great attendance last time. We had great attendance. We started marketing the event on a short time table, and we were pretty much almost sold out. So from that perspective, we feel like it's a good product market fit for what we're trying to do. But the other metric is also sponsoring. And the event has to have not just money, right, but also sponsorship in spirit. And if we can get larger businesses or medium-sized businesses to sponsor this event, it also shows the community that there is this partnership with Black and Brown-owned businesses. Without that, it's tough for me to see that this is something that the community really wants. And so what I'm asking you to do is share our content, share this event, because of course I think it's important. Attend the event. Having you there, I think, is going to open up a lot of opportunities. Hearing these stories that maybe you didn't know exist, I think can benefit you in a lot of ways. And if you are a medium or larger company, please consider sponsoring. We have people who are sort of close to making a decision, but I think in this day and age, showing that support, not just for this program because it is important and it's valuable and useful, but also so many businesses want to know how you can support Black-owned businesses. How can I support brown businesses? I think a sponsorship is the way you can do that. There are lots of opportunities, for example, to sponsor Precipice. We have newsletters, we have a podcast coming out, we've got this programming. Being able to show that we're in partnership with some of the larger or medium-sized businesses in the community, I think can really go a long way. For sponsorship opportunities, I'm certainly happy to answer any questions today, but feel free to reach out to Sierra Pope. Everybody knows Sierra. She is ubiquitous in this community. She is a champion for Black-owned businesses. She has a company of her own called Blackground, and she also doubles as my chief of engagement at Precipice IP. And I know that she has spent a lot of time trying to, educate people on this program. I want to say that we do have a presenting sponsor that came in last night, and I'm very excited that Abstract Granite it will be our presenting sponsor for our July event. So I want to thank Lisa Hall Duncan for being willing to sponsor and partner with us and support the business. I want to thank Women in Networking and Venture Noir for partnering with us as our affinity sponsors. Megan took this to the board, and she said the board was pretty much unanimous in showing support for this event. And Women in Networking has been amazing in promoting this event. And BK has been amazing. BK Simmons has been amazing with Venture Noir in promoting this event also on his platform. So that is really the story I want to share today. I know that when it comes to the tension in the community, I know it breaks people's hearts to hear that Black and Brown-owned businesses and people struggle. And people want to know, what can they do? What you can do is show support. So maybe you don't necessarily need a patent drafted, but if you can come to events, if you can sponsor a newsletter, if you can sponsor a podcast, if you can sponsor programming that is all about bringing diversity and inclusion to innovation, please consider doing that. That would be the ask that I would make today. And with that, I will turn it back over to you.
Awesome. Excuse me. That was a great presentation, Angela. You just stole my final question, though, of 1 million cups, but I'll let that slide. I know that there are those who are watching that have questions for Angela. If you want to drop them in the comments of in the Facebook comments, we will ask those live. So send your questions our way. And while we wait on some questions, Angela, will you tell us again the day and time of the next Founder to Founder?
So the next Founder to Founder will be July 21st at 7 p.m. at Fox Trail Distillery. Awesome.
I know there's just a little bit of a lag between us talking right now and what's actually going out on Facebook Live, so it might take just a second for some questions to come in.
No worries. Silence could mean that everybody is out there buying their tickets as we speak.
That's true. Debbie asked, are you taking applications for future speakers?
I am, absolutely. Please share any ideas for speakers that you might have. I'll probably end up getting a link on my website at some point, but we are always looking for really interesting speakers. We have a couple of speakers sort of in the bag for the next several events. But the other thing is, in view of COVID-19, what we might do is have smaller. I actually do want to have in-person events. I've been approached and asked about whether or not, we'll do this virtually. I mean, I'm sort of zoomed out. I don't know about you, but I really want to have an opportunity, even if it's in a smaller setting, to bring people together sort of in person. So we're looking for speakers. We're looking for speakers who might be interested in speaking also in a sort of a smaller venue. So definitely, short answer. Well, I guess it's a long answer.
Any more questions? I guess you covered everything.
Nice. People are like, I'm still trying to wake up.
Robert asked, oh, wait, no, he just says he loves the Geek Cup.
Oh, my friend gave this to me for my birthday one year. There we go. Apparently, this is what she thinks of me.
Terry asks, can you provide information on how to purchase the tickets again?
So, tickets can be purchased from my website, precipiceip.com. And if you scroll down a little bit, there is an interface with Eventbrite.
Martha asked, how have you seen your personal business grow in Northwest Arkansas by hosting and attending networking and public events in Northwest Arkansas? She encourages her business clients to take the time to do this.
I really do see a lot of interest. I mean, it's really interesting. No matter how much I talk about intellectual property, everybody, people just experience this aha moment when something, comes up with them. And I say, whenever I talk to people, it's like, well, wait, I've been talking about this to you for like months, years at this point. Oh, yeah, well. So I do think these events, sort of bring it home a little bit. People, I think, view me as more accessible because I am pretty much a workaholic. I'm not out that much. So when I am hosting an event, people can see me, they can ask me questions. So I do encourage people. I will say that if doing events is something that you are thinking about doing as a small business, understand that it is a lot of time and effort. And if you are not an organized person, or if you don't have a team of people helping you figure this stuff out, it could go off the rails a little bit. So if you're going to have something like this as part of your marketing strategy, take little nibbles at what you can do, because it can get out of hand and it can get expensive. But I personally have found it to be a benefit, obviously to me, but maybe more importantly for the people who attend the events. I also give away a lot of free information on my website. I also invite people to, if they have a question about IP, they can schedule a little 15-minute consult at no charge. So I do make it my business to give away as much as I get.
Yeah, and events obviously are such a big facet of what we do at Startup Junkie too, and I believe we've probably met through an event or got to know each other better at an event. So it's definitely a great opportunity to really kind of plug into your community and build connections with individuals that you'll work with later. And so it's good opportunities. Any more questions? And if not, I'm going to ask you again anyway. The 1 million cups question. What can we as a community do to help you, Angela?
Three things. Please share the events when they come up. If you're on social media, please share the events. Word of mouth helps. As a Black and brown person in this community, and I've only been here, going on 7 years, my network is not that deep. I know a lot of great people, but I don't have a deep network of people here yet. And so I do rely on my friends and my colleagues and, folks like you to share the event if you think it's of value. Please attend the events. A lot of my events are free, but some of them are not free. So, if you have it in your budget and you have it in your time, please attend the event. And if you are a larger or medium-sized company, please consider sponsoring the event. We really, everything that's great takes money, time, and effort, but money sometimes first. So please consider sponsoring the event. I think it's a very public way to show that you are in support of Black and brown businesses.
Awesome. Well, I think that if we don't have any other questions, I think that just about does it. Angela, I want to thank you again for being so willing to present today. We greatly appreciate you and your presentation and Precipice and Founder to Founder. For all of those watching, please keep an eye out on the 1 Million Cups Facebook page for upcoming presentations. Like you may know, we're doing these bi-weekly right now. Just a Startup Junkie plug, keep an eye on Startup Junkie Facebook page for our events. We're doing virtual events pretty regularly, 2 or 3 times a week. So keep an eye out for those, see if there's anything that you might be interested in. And I think that's it. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.